my baby, his lips be chapped and they be dry. And he don't like to let me put nothing on it. So his lips done finally got to a point. So when you ignore that you got an issue, your lips, your body will let you know, hey, you ain't gonna be able to ignore this no more. So his lips started bleeding. So I had to clean his lip. And he let me put something on it. So thank goodness for that. All it took was a little blood. But back to what I was saying. So I was looking at some older videos from my YouTube, kind of back when I first got it started. And I was still doing like extensions and still oiling my scalp and still using conditioner in my hair and things of that nature. And so I wanted to go look and, see what my hair used to look like so that I could kind of remember. And I knew that I've been having issues with like my edges. With my edges, so I was like, let me go back and look at how my edges used to be and look at how my hair used to be before I started caring for it in a different way, caring for it holistically. So there was a big old difference in my hair. My edges were to a point where I couldn't grip them or whatever. Like I had to part behind my edges and then try to use that to help me grip as much of my edges as possible, because I couldn't grip them. So that was a thing. Also, I noticed in the overall, even before I just did this cut, because I just did a cut on my hair to try to help restore some of the damage that's been done to it. This has been really damaged. And we thought about doing a pixie, but a pixie was just a little too short for my liking. So we went with like a longer pixie, kind of like a super short bob kind of thing. And I'm happy with that. But anyway, so my hair was longer. But when I looked at it, it was tore up. It had a very dry look to it. A very like dry cast over it. It looked dull, it looked brittle. And my blowout looked OMG. This is freshly blown out. I just blew my hair out. I just shampooed it and blew it out. And I'm able to comb through it with the fine tooth comb still. My hair back then, I could not comb through it. I struggled to comb through it. And then when I flat ironed it and I silk pressed it or whatever, it still was like so very poofy. My hair back then looks like how my hair looks now after about maybe a week straight since I've done something to it. That's how my hair was looking with a fresh flat iron. Now, mind you, that was with a whole bunch of different products and all that different stuff, which does have an effect on how your hair comes out. So I say all of this to say that sometimes we associate hair length with like the health of the hair. And we think that if the hair is long, that the hair is healthy, because if it wasn't healthy, how else could it grow so long? Usually we associate shorter hair with, broken hair, unhealthy hair, things of that nature, unless somebody has it cut short in a style and we know that they just like to wear their hair short and that's how they prefer to wear it. Other than that, we kind of equate that with like unhealthy hair. But you can have a head full of long, unhealthy hair. You can have long hair that is split and damaged at the ends, and without doing anything to that damage, the damage continues. So with a holistic approach, we use less product and we give more care. And with that being done, we're able to transition those dead ends over time slowly. So every 2 weeks, clients get a trim. They can decide to get a cut to remove more of that damage if they want, but if they don't want to, because a lot of people, especially women, don't want to lose their length, so we retain it. So how we do that is by holistically trimming just the tiniest amount off the ends over time. What that helps to do is remove that dead hair without removing the length. Then what we do with our holistic approach, because we don't use any extra product in the hair, because I still have dead ends on my hair. So because we don't use any extra product and we use my water solution, when you put heat on that, it smooths the ends. And they're no longer looking how they look before you smooth them. So that softens them, that puts them in a better state and kind of helps to manage them better. Dead ends are like any treatment for underarms. And all I do is just get trim. I have natural hair as a black girl and my hair is to my butt, and all I do is just get a trim every 2 months. I believe that you do, because I have a lot of clients that have extremely long hair, but they got a head full of dead ends too. They got a head full of unhealthy hair. I'm not saying that your hair is unhealthy. I'm just saying that length sometimes can make a person think that their hair is okay. But is it really healthy? If it's damaged, if it's breaking, it's not at its healthiest state. Something I also try to get people to understand is that your hair grows no matter what. What affects your hair is when you have damage to it. You got dead ends, you're going through, you're combing it, you're not wrapping it at night. Things of that nature, it's fragile. So when you comb through it or you lay on something, it can like snag the hair that's already so easily broken because it's damaged. So what I'm trying to encourage people to do is make sure they check on the health and the integrity of their hair as well, and not just length. Like, don't just pay attention to the length of it, pay attention to the health of it, because my hair was longer at the top of this year, but it wasn't as healthy as it is now. Do you have any treatment for underarms? I don't have any treatments for underarms. I don't. Do you mean like sweating, or do you mean like deodorants, or do you mean like hair under your arms? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you give me a little bit more detail? But I don't have any, and I can try to look it up for you. Do you recommend any product because I have a dry scalp? So for scalp care, I do not use any product on the scalp. What I do for scalp care is I exfoliate the scalp. I detox it. So I take either a fine tooth comb, or I use sometimes a lice comb because I like them, and I exfoliate. So the reason that you probably got a scab is, I'm guessing you've been itching, and I'm guessing you've probably been scratching with your fingernails, and our fingernails are rough. The free edge is rough. So anytime we scratch like too hard with our scalp, it tears the skin. And when it tears the skin, it damages the scalp in that area until it heals back up. So when I itch, I use a comb to scratch instead of using my fingertips, and that helps me to not, no oils. No oils. I don't put any oils on the scalp. And the reason why is because excessive oil on the scalp can cause buildup, and buildup can cause hair loss. So I don't put any oils on the scalp. I know that a lot of people do. I know that a lot of people swear by scalp oil, hair growth oil, things of that nature. But in my experience, I had severe scalp problems when I first got started with holistic scalp care. My scalp was tore up. It was scabbed up and it was tore up. I started getting my scalp exfoliated. The areas that had been like broken in my skin, I used my water on it, which is a holistic water. And I used that on the area until I would spray it on my scalp until that area healed up. But just constant exfoliation of my scalp removed a lot of that scalp buildup from my scalp, and it keeps me from getting as itchy as I used to be. So I'm not scratching like crazy the way that I used to be. And my scalp feels better and it's clearer without using anything on it, because I used to use all types of, thank you, and I'm looking crazy because I'm hot and I'm sweating. I used to use a lot of scalp oils on my scalp. I was just saying that in that video that I was watching earlier this year of me and how I used to take care of my hair. I was like, I use this on my scalp because I got dry scalp. You need to put this on your scalp. Honestly, it's not really dry scalp. It's buildup. So when you sweat, the sweat excretes from your pores just like your natural oils excrete from your pores. You get the sweating in your head, and when sweat dries up, it turns to salt, which turns white, which leaves a white substance on your scalp, making you think, you know what I'm saying, that you got dry scalp. But in reality, you got scalp buildup that needs to be removed from the scalp. Placing oil on top of it doesn't do anything but cover it up for a couple of days, and then in a couple of days it'll be right back. So with scalp oil, I just recommend using caution, because putting oil on your scalp can cause to an over buildup of oil on the scalp, which can cause dandruff. Dandruff is another form of scalp buildup, and scalp buildup blocks the pores and prevents the hair follicle from being able to push forward from underneath the scalp. So that's why I don't fool with scalp oils no more. Your scalp can be healthy and pink with exfoliation and circulation. You don't need scalp oils for that. Plus, scalp oils, I've never seen a scalp oil help anybody's scalp be pink. And pink scalp refers to circulation of blood flow. So you know when you have pink scalp that your scalp is getting blood to it, which you need that in order to stimulate hair growth and accelerate hair growth, because your hair grows on its own, but it can grow faster than what it does if we would help it out. So I just wanted to kind of explain some of that, because I know for me, I grew up looking at people with long hair, and I would be like, ooh, I wish my hair could be that long, and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that everybody is meant to have extremely long hair. I think that everybody's hair can grow, and probably grow past the length that they think that it can if they use proper care. But I don't think that everybody is meant to have super long hair. And what I want is for people who don't have super long hair to not assume that their hair is unhealthy just because they can't get it past a certain length. That doesn't necessarily equate that it's unhealthy. Just like it being long and down your back doesn't necessarily equate that it is healthy. You got to actually look at the health and the integrity of the hair and see what's going on with it. If you got to put a crap ton of product in your hair just to get it to act right, it's not healthy. If you have to go through like a whole bunch of changes just to get your hair to do what you want it to do, or you don't really get it to do what you want it to do, so you cover it up, it's not in a healthy state. And honestly, if you got a head full of split ends and you got all that damage to it, it's not healthy. But we can get it to a healthier state by working on restoring it. So that's what I do, hair and scalp care restoration. And as I'm doing it, I'm learning a lot of different things, and I'm just trying to come through and share some of those things with other people, because there's a lot of misconceptions out here. Unfortunately, just a lot of false information out there that's not necessarily helpful to everybody. And some things work for certain people, while other people, it don't necessarily work out that same way. So it's different strokes for different folks. But when it comes down to certain things, you got to get to doing research to figure out what's going on. Because if you steady saying, well, this will help my hair grow, or this will help me do this, and this will help me do that, and you try it, and it seems like it's not working, you got to figure out what's going on. Is it you, or is it the process? Because I used to think that it was me. I used to think that I just had crappy hair. I don't have crappy hair. So for split ends, if you're gonna keep them and you're not gonna get rid of them, it depends on if you straighten or not. If you straighten, then it's a little bit different, but it's still the same. I use my water solution. So what this is a holistic water, and it softens and hydrates the skin, the hair, the cuticle of the nails. I use this in my hair instead of conditioner, and it softens my hair enough so that my split ends are in a more manageable state. And when I'm grabbing at my hair, if you got real bad split ends, you know, anytime you get the touching them ends or combing through them, they get the psh, 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 snapping off. So this softens my hair, and when I put pressed heat on it, it softens it even more to the point that it's not snapping off, and I can comb through it without losing it. I can, you know, go out and about and do things with my hair, comb through my hair, put my fingers through my hair, and I'm not pulling out my hair. So that's what I use for my ends. And then get routine trims. If you have split ends, get routine trims, because as you continue to trim that hair over time, you'll lose more of those dead ends and retain more of the fresh hair that's growing out from your roots. Sometimes we can't tell that our hair is growing the way that it is because we got too many dead ends at the bottom, making us think that our hair is not really growing. But it is. It's just getting tore up by those dead ends. Your dead ends have a different density than your new growth, than your hair at the top. So it can be tricky. If you got dead ends, you can think that, you know, one thing is going on with your hair, but it might be two different things going on with your hair at one time. I do suggest that if you want to look into that product some more, you're so welcome. I have a link in my bio, and you can click on there and head over to my website, and there's a About My Water page on my website, and you can read about it and find out more about it. But it's a really amazing product. I'm dropping stuff. It's hot in here. I need a fan. Jeez Louise. It's warm. Anybody have any holiday plans today? What are y'all doing today? Hopefully this silk press will be all right by the time I get outside, because goodness gracious, I'm sweating before I can even get out there. Like a Hebrews, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I grew up saying that, but everybody might not understand where I'm coming from. And I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm sweating off up in here. It is hot off up in here. If you guys ever have any questions about like hair care, about your hair journey, about things that you may be using on your hair, but you're feeling like you're not getting the results that you would like to be getting, or you seek different results and you can't figure out how to get them, contact me. I would love to talk you through it and kind of give you some holistic options for your hair. Holistic hair care is a journey. It's like starting at the gym. It's hard at first. It is not the easiest thing in the world to do. It takes some getting used to. You gotta adjust. Oh, but once you start adjusting and you start being consistent, you start getting them results. You feel real good about it. You feel real good about it. I'm gonna celebrate with a bunch of fireworks and have a barbecue. Also celebrate my papa's birthday. Oh, that's nice. How old is Papa turning? That's a blessing. He probably got so much wisdom and stuff over there. That's good. I would love to get together with family today, but my family isn't super duper close. So I'm going to go over to my friends once I finish up at the shop and go hang out with her family, because they're super, super close. And baby, they get together. And I'm hoping somebody made a pot of red beans and rice. Woo. Because I would love to have some. 64. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to him. That is such a blessing. That's such a blessing. That's good. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day and that y'all enjoy good food and fireworks and just family time and make great memories. I think that's so special and so important when families really spend that quality time like that together. I think it really makes a difference. That's awesome. That is awesome. Y'all, it's so hot in this bathroom I could cry. And I wonder if it's because I got on a long sleeve shirt. Because that could be wild. But it's cold in the rest of my house. But in this bathroom, it's like no circulation. She's lazy, so welcome. You're so welcome. So yeah, my edges, y'all, I used to not have none. And people be trying to give me a hard time, like, your edges ain't grew. You don't got no edges. And I'll be like, y'all, look, when I first got started, I did not, first of all, you couldn't pull my hair back like that, and it looked as full as it did. It looks very spacey. All right, where I have hair here now, it was very thin. It was very spacey. There was like hardly nothing there. Also, this part right here, I couldn't grip it. It was like little baby peach fuzz right there, but it wasn't grippable. So when I would go through to try to flat iron my hair to smooth it, I would literally have to like part behind it and then grab that and try to flat iron that because I couldn't grip this. So one thing about it, I don't care if it's a little bit of growth or if it's a lot of growth. Baby, for me to be able to take my edges, comb them forward and grip them, I can grab them. It's a blessing. I can grab them and hold them out from my head. Oh, it's a blessing. So you have to just kind of take your victories and go on, even if other people don't cheer for you. Because a victory is a victory. And I'm just excited about everybody's growth and everybody's process. My ladies are going through the restoration process. I got 2 of them that has gotten to a point where they do have holistic hair now, so their hair is pretty much transitioned over. But the great thing about having holistic hair is that it gets better and better and softer as long as you do proper care at home. Dead ends and having damage to your hair and damage to your scalp always comes from, I'm not going to say always, I'm going to say 90% of the time comes from not having the proper care. You're not going in to get routine care in the shop. You're not doing the proper routine care at home. And it's not that we don't be trying, it's just that a lot of the stuff that we be trying, it don't work. It just don't work. And I remember thinking, dang, my hair must be real toe up. Because ain't nothing that I'm doing working. I used to crack eggs on my hair. I used to let my conditioner sit in my hair overnight. Child, rinse it in cold water. Praying that it would be softer. Child. Didn't work. I used to use oils, grease, therapeutic, medicated type of products on my scalp to try to combat my scalp buildup problem. It ain't work. It just would make it go away for like a day, which really, like I said, it didn't go away. It just covered it up. So I couldn't tell like, oh, I still got stuff on my scalp. It just made it look clear. So I thought that it was, but it wasn't. And when you don't go in and fix the actual problem, it'll continue to be a problem for you. So the thing about your hair and the health of your hair and the health of your scalp is you got to look at it holistically and figure out what's going on. So holistics in hair is just kind of like it is with health problems. Like if you got health problems and you go to a holistic doctor, they're not going to give you the same kind of care that your primary doctor would give you, just like a regular doctor would give you. They're going to give you different care. They're going to ask you different questions. And they're going to want to know more about your routine and what's going on with you as a whole so that they can try to figure out how that's affecting what's going on with you in general. They ain't going to just look at one thing. They're going to look at everything because everything plays a vital part. You got to understand that with your hair and your scalp as well. Your scalp plays a vital part to the importance of the health of your hair, and your hair is a reflection of what's going on with your scalp. If you got some stuff going on with your hair, it's probably because you got some stuff going on with your scalp. And then when it comes to ends, it's probably a lack of care. So in order for us to have healthier hair, we just got to take a look at what's really going on and decide what we want, because that's another thing. You got to decide what you want. Do you want healthy hair? Or my cat scared me. What kind of cat you got? What color is it? I had a little cat try to come home with me the other day. I said, oh, baby, I can't take you Last time I let a cat in my house from outside, she gave me the blues. I was like, I'm finna send you back to your parents. I kind of rescued her from the neighbors. She ran off from them and came here, and I took her, and they came looking for her. And when they came to the door, she hissed at them. And me being me, I was like, y'all doing something to that cat. Y'all doing something to her. Why she don't want to go with you? Like, you feed her. She don't want to go with you. Y'all doing something to her. So I let her stay. Child, she was in here turning me and my baby up. She was whooping him. She was standing up on my TV looking down at me like, what you want to do? I was like, are you too gangster for me, baby? She was such a cutie pie, though. I did end up having to give her back, though. She was a cutie patootie. I think she just didn't want to be in there with them other cats, too. I got like 3 or 4 cats. Oh, I bet it's a cutie pie. They so stinking cute. I love cats. I love animals in general. I don't do bugs and critters, but I like animals. Cats are so cute and precious. They can be feisty. Sometimes they like to fight. I kind of want a dog, but my baby, I need to find something that he'll get along with. He's 4. He's very energetic. So maybe if we get like a puppy, that would be better because puppies are filled with so much energy. And maybe if I get a girl, they'll get along better because last puppy we had, it was a boy. And they got along sometimes, but I think it was too much testosterone going on between them because they started getting into it real bad. Ow! Oh, she want to snuggle. I think it's so sweet when they want to snuggle. You better take that because sometimes, you know, they don't want to snuggle. That's one thing about cats. They not the most affectionate all the time. You got to catch them when they in the mood. You got to catch them when they in the mood. But when they want you to rub them, they like, excuse me, rub me now. And feed me now. They will meow at you until you go get them some food. I used to have this one cat. She used to meow at me to clean the litter box. Like if she felt like it wasn't clean to her liking, she'd be like, meow, excuse me, clean my litter box. I miss having a pet. I miss having a pet. That's sweet. Is she going to the cookout or is she staying at home? Y'all. It's so hot in this bathroom. I could cry. Sheesh. I could cry. You could give me a fan for in here. Yeah, she is the meow. Clean me. Clean my litter box. I'm not going until you clean it. Sweet babies. I miss my cats. I miss my puppy too, but he started biting my baby, and I was like, oh, you can't do that. And my baby was like 2 at the time. You can't do that. He had his face bleeding. One day I was like, oh no. So he ended up finding a home where he was the only kiddo in there because animals are like kiddos too. And he did better. He did better over there. I kept up with him for a little bit. I am boiling in here. Ooh. I'm boiling in here. Help me. I'm boiling in here. I'm gonna have to take a break before I get to my bangs because they sweating. And I bet not. Don't ever, if your hair gets wet, if it gets sweaty or something like that, while you need to put heat on it, you want to go through with a blow dryer and blow dry it dry first. Don't you ever put no heat to no wet hair. I don't care if it's wet with sweat. I don't care if you just blowed it out and you thought it was dry, but it went dry all the way. Go back and fully dry your hair. Because if not, when you put the heat on it, it will and you do not want that. That is the sound of your hair breaking off. And you don't want that. You do not want that. So I'm gonna have to take a break from this. and go cool off and maybe get out of this long sleeve shirt in here so that I can finish. But I just really wanted to talk about how hair length doesn't necessarily equate hair health. And I'm working on a video too, because I went ahead and screen recorded that video so that I could do like a side by side of how my hair looks now versus how it looked then, so that you can see like it was longer, but it wasn't as healthy. Now it's shorter because I did cut it, but it's shorter, but it's healthier, which you don't have to get shorter to get it healthy. You just gotta add care to your routine and proper care, figuring out what that best care is for you. And I just kind of have learned holistically that kind of like the less you do with your hair, the best. Like the less products you use in it, the less stuff you put on it, sometimes it's the better. I feel like oils are for people who have a hard time producing sebum on their own. So if anybody has a hard time producing their own natural oils, then I could see you wanting to, you know, use some oils on your scalp or using oils in your hair to try to help with that. But if you don't have no problem excreting oils, baby, don't be putting no oil on your scalp and on your hair, because in a couple of days, just give it a couple of days, I promise you will have your own natural oil and stuff on your hair. Y'all see the shine that's coming to my hair? And y'all been watching me flat iron it, and I'm sweating like a pig in here. I ain't put nothing on it. So that comes from using my water as well. Comes from using this holistic water. It removes the impurities that's left behind by the tap water. And so the tap water is what makes your hair have like that dry cast over it, as well as your skin. Like when you look at your skin and you feel like, dang, I'm ashy, it's something from the tap water that's left up on your skin. So when you use this on your skin and in your hair, it instantly hydrates. When you're hydrated, when your hair is hydrated, it shines. It has a natural shine on its own because you produce natural oils on your own. So you don't need oil necessarily to add shine to your hair. Oil weighs down the hair. Conditioner also can weigh down the hair. And conditioner, did you know that conditioner can strip the moisture from your hair? Like the hydration that you have in your hair, conditioner can strip it. Because did you know conditioner got alcohol in it? I was blown away. I was like, what? My mentor was like, have you ever read the bottle? The back of the bottle of your conditioner? No. No, I read the print that said it's hydrating and it got this kind of oil in it and it got that in it. I read that. I ain't never read the back. It's got alcohol in it. It's got alcohol in it. Dang. I don't know what I did with a bottle of conditioner that I have, but I'll find it. And when I find it, I'll come back and show y'all. Conditioner got alcohol in it. It sure does. And you know, alcohol, if you got a pimple, you put some alcohol on it to try to help dry it out and things of that nature. Like alcohol dry you up and tighten you up too. So if you're putting conditioner in your hair and you're thinking that it's supposed to moisturize it, but it's got alcohol in it, well, naturally, that's why people who have kind of like curlier textures, it seems like when you blow it out that your hair is almost in a worse state than it was before you shampooed and conditioned it. Because conditioner, I'm not saying that it don't work at all. It works for certain hair types. Excuse me. It works for certain hair types. And everybody don't need it. I haven't used conditioner on my hair in months and my hair is so much softer. It's so much softer than it used to be. Like you can kind of tell. You see how it's just falling? That's because it's soft. When you don't have soft hair, when your hair is more kind of like unmanageable and unruly, it's real stiff. The hair is real stiff. And honestly, that comes from having product in it. It ain't even your hair. It's what's on and in your hair. It ain't even your hair. Witch hazel. I heard that witch hazel is good to use. I'm not very familiar with it. I haven't used it a lot. I used to have a witch hazel toner that I used to use for my face that I felt like worked pretty good. But I'm not super familiar with using witch hazel. Y'all, I grew up in a family where the word witch was just to automatically get you hit for anything. So we didn't have that in the house. We only had like alcohol, peroxide, and that little blue astringent stuff. That was it. Cause and it's so crazy because when I first was little, they used to watch Charmed, and I started liking Charmed, and then I wanted to watch Sabrina, and I wanted to, and then all of a sudden, witches and sorcery, and you ain't supposed to be, and then well dang, y'all was the ones in here watching Charmed. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, I'm not super familiar with witch hazel, but I have heard that it works really, really good. Oops, see, y'all heard that? I gotta stop. Let my hair dry. I heard that. What, baby? What? Oh, it feels amazing out there. What, baby? You want what? Come tell me. Because I can't hear you. Well, I'm trying to let this dry because I heard that little snap, crackle, pop. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let it dry. I'm trying to get out of here. Oh yeah, I gotta get out of here like the next 30 minutes. I got a 10 o'clock. I've got a 10 o'clock at the shop. And then I'm going to go over my hair a little bit once I get there because I'll be cooler and I'll have my pencil. So my pencil is what helps me to be able to not have to put anything on my edges because it gets super, super close. I'm not even finna dare try to use this thick flat iron on my edges like that because it's too thick. And I don't want to burn my forehead. I'm already about heat. So I don't want to burn my forehead. But I'm going to use that when I get to the shop. But I just wanted to show y'all too while I was flat ironing my hair the whole process of how soft my hair is. Now look, this side right here needs a lot of TLC. That's why this is the side that got cut off. Because it needs a lot of TLC. And I sweat a lot in this area. So I usually just comb my hair back on this side to help give it a little shape. Because it's longer even in the back than it is right here in this area. I had a lot of damage in that area. But when I put heat on my hair mixed with my water, it helps to make it soft. It puts that natural shine on it. I didn't put any oil or anything in it. Didn't use no heat protectants. Y'all just sat here and watched me flat iron it. Now I'm hot. I'm sweating as y'all can see. And I just got out the tub. So I'm going to go cool off. And when I get to the shop and I get my pencil out, maybe I'll come back live if y'all not doing nothing while y'all waiting on the meat to get cooked. And we could talk a little bit more about hair. If y'all want, or we can just talk about whatever, because I like to talk too, just about whatever. But I wanted to come through and show that, like, if when you do your hair, and you, let's say, got a head full of long, pretty hair, but you don't have a whole lot of movement, or you don't have a whole lot of shine and things of that nature without adding a whole bunch of junk to it, you might want to check on the health of your hair, because length does not always equate health. I hope that I made a lick of sense to somebody out there and that everybody has a safe and wonderful holiday. And I will see you guys maybe later on today. Bye.